Jack Teixeira is the name of the 21-year-old airman who is accused of leaking classified documents from the Pentagon. He worked as a cyber transport systems journeyman for the Massachusetts Air National Guard, a reserve of the U.S. Air Force. His role involved operating and maintaining the Air Force's global communications network, which required him to have top-secret security clearance. Teixeira enlisted in the Air National Guard in September 2019 and was assigned to a support squadron of the 102nd Intelligence Wing at Otis Air National Guard Base. He received the Air Force Achievement Medal in September 2022 for his service. However, he also had a history of violent threats and troubling social media posts, according to prosecutors. He allegedly talked about killing people, conducting mass shootings, and using Molotov cocktails and guns. He was suspended from high school and denied a firearms ID card because of his comments. Teixeira allegedly began leaking photographs of classified files in January 2023 on an online chat room platform called Discord. The files contained confidential information about the war in Ukraine and other national security issues. He shared them with a small group of users before they got wider notice. He was arrested on April 13, 2023, after an FBI investigation. Prosecutors say he destroyed his electronic devices and other evidence as they closed in on him. He is charged with unauthorized retention and transmission of national defense information and willful retention of classified documents. If found guilty, he faces up to 25 years behind bars. The timeline and content of the leaks, which began in December 2022 and included classified information about the war in Ukraine and intelligence eavesdropping on world leaders, posted on Twitter and Telegram. The leak started on December 15, 2022, when an anonymous account on Twitter posted a series of screenshots of classified documents from the U.S. National Security Agency, NSA. The documents revealed that the NSA had been spying on the phone calls and messages of several world leaders, including German Chancellor Angela Merkel, French President Emmanuel Macron, and Chinese President Xi Jinping. The account also claimed to have access to more sensitive information, such as the locations of U.S. nuclear weapons and the identities of covert agents. The account soon gained millions of followers and sparked a global outrage over the U.S. surveillance practices. The U.S. government condemned the leaks as a grave breach of national security and launched an investigation to find the source. The account also posted links to a Telegram channel, where it uploaded more documents and videos related to the war in Ukraine. The war in Ukraine had escalated in February 2022, when Russia invaded and occupied parts of the country in a major violation of international law. The invasion triggered a fierce resistance from the Ukrainian forces, who were supported by NATO and other allies. The war had resulted in tens of thousands of deaths on both sides, and instigated Europe's largest refugee crisis since World War II. The leaked documents and videos exposed some of the atrocities committed by the Russian forces in Ukraine, such as bombing civilian areas, torturing prisoners, and using banned weapons. The leaks also revealed some of the covert operations and strategies of the U.S. and its allies in supporting Ukraine, such as supplying long-range missiles, deploying air defenses, and conducting cyber attacks. The leaks continued until May 2023, when the U.S. government announced that it had identified and arrested the leaker. The leaker turned out to be a former NSA employee named Edward Snowden, who had been working as a contractor for a private company in Hawaii. Snowden had access to a large trove of classified information through his work, and had decided to leak it to expose what he saw as illegal and immoral actions by the U.S. government. Snowden was charged with espionage, theft, and unauthorized communication of national defense information. He faced up to life imprisonment if convicted. He claimed that he acted out of conscience and patriotism, and that he wanted to inform the public about the truth behind the war in Ukraine and the global surveillance system. He also said that he had tried to contact journalists and whistleblowers before resorting to social media. Snowden's arrest sparked a heated debate over his actions and motives. Some hailed him as a hero and a defender of human rights and democracy. Others denounced him as a traitor and a threat to national security and global stability. His case also raised questions about the role and accountability of intelligence agencies, the protection of whistleblowers, and the balance between security and privacy in the digital age.